Aside from cockroaches and mosquitoes that most of us will kill on sight, we overall love the earth and all of its creatures. So much that we'll even call some of them our family members. And we'll definitely go through great obstacles for their well-being. And some of those efforts require big bucks. So in this video, we'll be showing you the top 10 most expensive exotic pets in the world. This is D-Luxury, and welcome. Before we get into the video, hit that thumbs up button as it helps us out a lot. Subscribe with the notification bell for future videos. Without further ado, let's begin the countdown. Number 10. Capuchin Monkey, $8,500. The Capuchin monkey, common to tropical forests of Central and South America, from Nicaragua to Paraguay, are some of the most intelligent of the New World monkeys. Their names derive from their caps of their hair, which resemble the cowls of the Capuchin monks. Their cuteness and intelligence has made them very popular on the big screen, as seen in films like Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, Friends, when Ross was able to take care of one, and the sly companion and sometimes troublemaker of the main character, played by Ben Stiller of Night at the Museum. So if you're interested in getting one of these Capuchin monkeys, you're looking at $3,500 to $8,500. On top of that, setting up a proper enclosure starts at $650 to $3,500, which means including plenty of things for your monkey to climb on to get proper exercise. You can also expect to spend at least $25 a week on food, which will primarily include fruits and insects. So go to your local pet shop and request for some creepy crawlers if you have the stomach for it. And since they usually live between 15 to 25 years, you're in it for the long haul, unless you lose it like Ross in the popular TV series Friends. Number 9. Hyacinth Macau, $14,000. If you purchase one of these $14,000 birds, you better be planning a lifelong commitment, as they can live up to 50 years and reach 40 inches tall with a wingspan of 60 inches. Elegant birds like the Hyacinth Macau are often beloved for their beautiful color patterns. Yet, it's important to remember that birds are much more difficult to care for than they look. Even though they're delightfully gentle, intelligent birds, they can be very loud, which might require you to have ample space as to not disturb your neighbors. Plus, don't expect that you'll get a linguistic bird. They're not the best of talkers. Aside from the long-term care and dedication one needs to take care of these birds, the price for these birds often varies between $6,500 and $14,000. And to provide the healthiest environment for them, you're looking at a cost of at least $2,000 to give them plenty of space to fly. You can also expect to spend around $60 a month on their diet, which includes nuts, berries, and seeds. Number 8. Samoyed, $14,000. These medium-sized herding dogs with thick white double-layered coats are of the most beloved dog breeds in the world. Most can't resist the white cloud-like coat of these dogs. Perhaps it's their gentle ways which make them in high demand, and therefore very costly. These cute cuddly companions are very social and adventurous canines, which appeal to many dog lovers. Problem is, their white coats will shed often, so they need to be brushed frequently, which will cost you time and money. Unfortunately, they are prone to many health conditions such as corneal dystrophy, autoimmune conditions, and cardiac disorders. If these health disorders can be avoided, their lifespan is about 12 to 14 years. And although these puppies have been known to only be sold for a couple of thousands of dollars, they have been reported to cost up to $14,000. Number 7. Palm Cockatoo, $16,000. Be sure you're getting an authentic palm cockatoo, also known as the Goliath cockatoo. These massive birds are distinguished by their feather mohawk feature on the top of their heads. They're not always brightly colored like the Hyacinth Macau, so don't pay too much attention to that. Just mark their regal appearance. Overall, they are usually exciting, intelligent birds, yet require tons of attention because they often scream or act aggressive if they're ignored for prolonged amounts of time. The average life expectancy for these birds is 40 to 60 years, but they can even reach 80 to 90 years, which means they might outlive you. So be sure to will it to a loved one. $16,000 is a fairly average price for this species because they're difficult to breed and close to becoming an endangered species. Therefore, aside from the $1,000 you'll need per year for their upkeep, you'll have to save a little more to acquire that permit. Number 6. Savannah cat, $20,000. They're actually an African servile breed, mixed with a regular house cat. So the Savannah cat is not your typical house cat. They're essentially a domesticated animal bred with a wild animal. and that means the laws can greatly vary depending on your location. However, they're not dangerous in any way, and they're actually considered a desirable pet because they have the loyalty of a dog, but the independence of a cat. These unusual cats normally cost anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000, with females being more expensive than males. So what else is new? They're known as the largest and most expensive domesticated cat breed, even though their lifestyles are similar to those of a regular cat. So at least you can count on spending anywhere from $340 to $900 a year to care for a Savannah cat. That means you'll seriously have to ponder if you want to spend all that money for a Savannah or just a cheaper one. Number 5. Stag beetle, $89,000. Who would pay a fortune to have an insect in your home? Most people consider them as pests, let alone willing to spend $89,000 for one. However, these massive beetles are considered a prized possession to many bug enthusiasts worldwide who will gladly pay high prices just to own one. These vegetarian beetles with massive pinchers primarily eat leaves, so their upkeep will be virtually inexpensive, but unfortunately, they only live for about 2 years. Although the price for one is very reasonable, a Japanese breeder once sold this bug for around $89,000. So be sure to gently capture and safeguard a stag beetle if you see one. It surely might be a jackpot on 6 legs. Number 4. White lion cub, $140,000. You'd better believe that any type of big feline will surely require a permit to own, in almost all areas, if ownership is not illegal altogether. So triple check laws in your area before getting your heart set on a rare lion cub, and especially a white cub, as it will cost you about $140,000. These cubs appear white due to a color mutation that was first spotted in 1938, and that rare color makes them all the more desirable, even though they come in a normal litter of lion cubs. However, once you have one, you'll enjoy feeding them several pounds of meat per day, maintaining their suitable environment and trying to build a secure relationship, as once they get bigger, they might turn to the wild side. Number 3. Clone dog, $155,000. Welcome to the future, where cloning your dog is often more expensive than buying a purebred puppy on the market or on the black market. For some, it sounds very strange for a cloned dog, but if other dog lovers whose canine companions have become family, they refuse to let their best friend take that permanent dirt nap. So you'll be surprised to know that cloning their dog is actually a trend that will probably only get more popular as we progress in the brave new world. Of course, a clone will never be the same as the original. We'll have to wait for Elon Musk and his Neuralinks to install memories. Undergoing the cloning procedure typically costs between $50,000 to $100,000. Yet, how much are you willing to prolong the memory of a great friend? One couple spent $155,000 to clone their dog, named Sir Lancelot. Number 2. Tibetan Mastiff, $1.5 million. Isn't this a bear? Actually, it's a dog. It's a Tibetan Mastiff, and it's one of the largest dog breeds in the world. Actually, they were bred as guard dogs, and they were capable of protecting sheep from any danger that approached, including wolves, leopards, and believe it or not, even bears. Their thick coats of fur make them supernaturally indestructible, able to tolerate the coldest of temperatures. And like any rare thing on Earth, these dogs are very expensive to own. Not only do they eat a lot and require a lot of grooming, but they're also prone to many health conditions, such as hip dysplasia, hypothyroidism, and eye anomalies. And yes, there are many cases of people purchasing these dogs for a few $1,000s, but it's very difficult to find a true-blooded Tibetan Mastiff. In 2011, the most expensive Mastiff was sold for $1.5 million. He was an 11-month-old Tibetan Mastiff named Big Splash, who was at an auction in China. Number 1. Thoroughbred horse, $16 million. We often hear that little kids ask Santa for their very own pony, but having a thoroughbred racing horse is an entirely different story and more of a fantasy than an item on a wish list for Santa. Like most horses, their care is not easy. They need to eat 15 to 20 pounds of clean grass every day, and scooping that horse poo would prove more than exhausting. Caring for a normal horse is a full-time job, so caring for one of these is an excessive daily job that requires overtime. A quality thoroughbred often costs between $100,000 to $300,000. However, one particular horse, named Green Monkey, broke the record for most expensive pet, as it earned legendary status for running 1/8 of a mile in only 9.8 seconds. For its talent, it was sold for $16 million. If anyone were to ever clone a pet, this would surely be the best choice. So what do you think of the most expensive exotic pets in the world? Which of these expensive pets would you like to own? Would you prefer one of the cute cuddly ones, or one of the big pets that could easily pass as a monster if they turn vicious? Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe with the notification bell for future videos. Until next time.